Good morning, friends. This is Ree and from Angel Messenger doing AAT with Ree. Oh, it doesn't have the message on that side. This is my Dream Big teacup. I think I got this up north in my favorite little vacation spot, secret vacation spot. I'm drinking the Heart Chakra Tea that is in our store. This is the Heart Chakra Tea, the fourth chakra in your body, associated with unconditional love, compassion, and joy, which is very much needed in the world today. I actually had a rough night last night with my pain issues, so I'm shoring up my heart this morning. This tea has organic roses, jasmine, lemon verbena, roses, lemongrass, and honeysuckle. It's a very good tea. So that is in our store. Today I'm going to show you a new deck that I got, because I very much want to help people to connect, and I believe that cards are a good way to do that as long as you have your heart and mind in the right place. And this is a really cool deck. It is called the African Goddess Rising Oracle by Abuela Abrams. It's very pretty on the cover. This is a Hay House deck, and it's got, of course, a little guidebook. And the front cover of the cards is really pretty. I love the purple and gold. And, ooh, that one's kind of wicked looking. I haven't seen that card yet, but Betrayal is a card I know well. Let's kind of show you some of the other cards in here. That one's cool. Awakening. I love how the dolphins are kind of helping her give birth, and of course that could be real birth. There's been experiments with dolphins helping women to give birth, but it could be birth to new ideas, anything. That's one I haven't seen yet, but that's kind of cool too. And that one's pretty. Some of these goddesses are ones I'm familiar with, some of them I've not, and some I may not be able to pronounce very well, but if I mispronounce something, ooh, Sekhmet, that's beautiful. Wounded Healer. Ooh, I like that card. Definitely connect with that one. That's really pretty. Sekhmet is a very powerful avatar of goddess energy. That's kind of the way I see that one's a really powerful card too. Resistance. See how there's planetary energies around her, and kind of she's wrapped around some roots. Roots are wrapped around her, holding her still. I love cards. They have a lot of visual. This is really cool too. I love that card. This a few minutes ago was, well, maybe like half an hour ago was the first time I opened this deck. So I kind of am a little bit familiar with the cards, but not really. So this is my first time seeing some of these as well. But I think I was saying, so forgive me if I mispronounce some of the names, but when people mispronounce things, it's probably because they learned them from reading them. So you shouldn't. Ooh, this is, I do want to show you this card. Sarah Lakali, Divine Lineage. She's one of my ancestors. Black Sarah is another name she's called. She's rumored to be the daughter of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. So some of you may not like that, but it is true that that is a story. She is also rumored to be the mother of the Gypsy people. I think it's, oh no, I'm not going to be able to remember, but I think it's May 20th, somewhere near the end of May. People from all over the world go to the south of France. I can't remember the exact city. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. But this is a beautiful card. The waves behind her tell her story. When Mary and I think both Marys and a couple other people after the death of Christ went to see her because she was a powerful priestess. And they were, as they were coming in, she saw them out on the waters, and it's rumored that she put her cloak over the waves to settle them, because the Marys were going to, their boat was going to crash and sink. And so she settled the water so that they would arrive safely. There's quite a story with her, and I really love this card, the imagery. But anyway, so let's do a 3-card reading. And as with the other ones I've done, the intention here is for the cards that come out to be a message for whenever you find this video. So even though I'm looking like a hot mess this morning, it's okay. I'm not here to be a fashion model. I'm here to be a messenger. So let's do this. I'm going to lower the camera in my fancy little setup here on my little handkerchief so you can see the little stones I have set up here. Okay, move this over. So you have a black obsidian heart today, stone of protection, an opalite heart, stone of light, and a desert rose piece of selenite, gypsum rose. Okay, so take a moment and feel what stone you feel like connecting with, or maybe it's just the card or position you feel like connecting with. This card is ready to come out here. I did last, the one on this side had 2 cards too. So okay, let's see. Oh, the pretty mermaid, Mami Wata, naked. Okay, so this is the obsidian card. You can see that she is a mermaid. There's planets all around her. She actually has a serpent wrapped around her. And I know a lot of people are afraid of the serpent idea or snakes, but a snake is actually a symbol of healing. That's why if you look at the catechus in medicine, it actually has a snake in the symbol. So this could be, and so her bottom half is actually a mermaid as well. So that is like a snake. So she is in a position of healing, being naked to herself and others, showing her true form, healing. It's kind of what I get from the symbology of just the imagery. And being underwater too, it's emotional. Water is a symbol of emotion. So let's look that card up and see what the author says about it. So card 30. Mami Wata, goddess of emotional nakedness, diaspora, temple Griats, element water. Mami Wata and her sisters live in the Ikpoba River in Benin City, Nigeria, but the ancient mermaid goddess is her own global pantheon. Mami Wata influences emotions and gifts her followers with clairvoyance and healing powers. Mami Wata's guidance: hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Wow, that hits deep, doesn't it? Embodiment. Being emotionally naked means being vulnerable enough for the real you to shine through. Vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. Practice being transparent. Start with the people closest to you. Say, I haven't been showing you the whole me, but I'm starting today. Have the courage to feel and express your feelings without people pleasing. Speak your truth. Share your story. Cultivate an appreciation for vulnerability in others. Become comfortable with feeling uncomfortable and making others uncomfortable. Goddess declaration: I have the courage to be vulnerable. So it's like an affirmation. I have the courage to be vulnerable. I have the courage to be vulnerable and show my truth, my naked emotions of who I really am and my beautiful divine self. So let's see what the desert rose is. Mami Kumba Bang. Okay, that's interesting. I was just listening to this song "Bang" by AJR. I think I said the artist was on my Alexa this morning in the shower. Speak up. Okay, so she's dressed in blue, color of the goddess, with all these fists rising behind her. Yeah, speak up. She's got a bounty before her in the water. Speaking up the truth of emotion while standing on solid ground. Okay. And she's got pots of gold beside her with wheat and bounty. All right, let's see what this says. Card 33, number of Christ consciousness. All right, so let's see what this says. Goddess of speaking up, Senegal, temple, griots, element, water. Well, we're in the water today, aren't we? Mami Kumba Bang protects the mouth of the Senegal River. When making an offering to her, you must not speak to anyone else, coming or going. Sing for her, chant for her, call to her. Give Goddess Kumba your voice and she'll be happy. Mami Kumba Bang's guidance. Speak up, speak out, speak on it. You have a right to be heard. Embodiment. You are betraying yourself by not speaking up. Your words have power. Own your voice. As the old saying goes, stand up for something or fall for anything. Being neutral is not an option. When you stand firmly in your truth, you have thoughts, opinions, beliefs, and convictions. What do you stand for? Tell someone today. Goddess declaration. I reclaim my voice. I speak out and speak up. Reclaim your voice. Speak out and speak up. You are needed here. You have a message. Speak out. Speak up. I'm doing it, and you can too. Okay, so let's see what the opalite says. I don't know why I end up so far over here every time. Okay, so let's see. We've got 2 cards. Ooh, that is pretty. This is a confusing message. Okay. Sukuyant. I don't know how to say that. Sukuyant. Scarcity. The message is confusing though because it's 2 women. I kind of feel like I understand the embodiment of this though, because like I have an understanding of myself in phases. And so I know there is an ancient part of me within me, and I see that within this too. So this woman is standing with an ancient part of her behind her. Well, not ancient, an older part of herself behind her, like maybe the crone aspect of herself. And she has 2 different parts of the sun behind her. That's what it looks like. So this looks more of like night and the sun, and this is day and like an artistic expression of the sun. And then these are both her, and she's dressed, almost looks like a flame in front of her, and here is she's dressed in white. I'm getting the light reflection on the card there, but she's standing in a cloud. And then it talks about scarcity. So I'm not sure I understand the imagery in this. Maybe it makes more sense to you. We'll see about what that book says about that, but I want to see, oh my goodness. And then Sarah Lakali, divine image, or divine lineage. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to actually move these over so I can put these side by side here. All right, so I'm going to look up card 21 first. The scarcity card. Now maybe she's giving too much of herself. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to hold this one up so you can see it as I read. Succulent, shadow of scarcity, Trinidad diaspora, temple, shadows, element, air. Beauty by day and hag by night. The succulent is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Ol Hig or Buhag. Whether energy or blood, for vampires there's never enough to go around. So maybe someone in your life is taking from you. You have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. Gratitude is very important. I have an alarm on my phone, 9 o'clock every evening. I say 3 things that I am grateful for, even if it's been a really difficult day. And it can be the simplest things to be grateful for, even hot water. There is, I think 40% of the world's population does not have running water. So it is definitely something to be grateful for. Stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate. But scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, and well-being and money to go around. There actually is enough for everybody in this world. There's enough food. There is no reason for anyone to go hungry, but it is wasted. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? Goddess declaration. My blessings always overflow. And you can see that from her. So maybe the one behind her, and it's interesting, I guess this image doesn't make sense to me because the one behind her is in white, and that seems like it should be a more heavenly image to me, and the one in front of her is radiant. But sometimes the ones that we think are helping us aren't always who we believe or want to believe they are. That's been something I've had to learn the hard way. But it's really important to be grateful for the things in your life. And even if there doesn't seem to be a lot, focus on the blessings that are in your life and focus on those blessings overflowing. The one thing I can tell you is that every single person on this earth is worthy of their divine inheritance. So let's look up what Sarah Lakali has to say. Goddess, well, actually this is a little incorrect. Goddess of divine lineage, Romani, Egypt. The Romani part is true. Egypt, even though there is some Egypt connection, the Romani didn't actually come from Egypt, they came from India. Okay, so temple ancestors, element water. Great ancestress Sarah Lakali, meaning Sarah the Black, was an Egyptian prophetess and the patron saint of the Romani people. Oral history says Saint Sarah had the highest divine lineage. The ancestors protect the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside and within you. Trust. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish. Excuse me one second. I have to drink water all the time because my medicines make me dry. Okay. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. They ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestor altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. I am my sister, and my sister is me. This is your goddess declaration. I am my sister, and my sister is me. But let's take that a little bit further. I am my mother, and my mother is me. I am my grandmother, and my grandmother is me. I am my brother, and my brother is me. I am my father, and my father is me. Our Father in heaven and our Mother in heaven do not want the sacrifices that have been happening here on earth. They ask us to have love and compassion for each other. Where do you lack compassion? Where do you lack love? Find this within yourselves and become who you are meant to be in your divine self. I hope this has been helpful to you. This was the African Goddess Rising Oracle card deck by Abuela Abrams. And I really like this deck. It's very pretty. And I hope the messages have been helpful. And I will put a link to where you can find the deck. And anyway, if you would like to find me or purchase from our store, you can do so at angelmessenger.net. I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. Take care.